YouTube, how's it going? Welcome back to AJ's Garage. Thank you for your interest in the channel. Thank you for watching. I just want to start off this video by saying thank you to all my new subscribers. It's really exciting. We've reached over 100 on the channel. It's been about 2 years since I started with just the basic intent of providing basic repairs, restoration on these type of trucks. There's a lot of channels out there doing Crown Vic swaps and things that are a little past some of us maybe, but hopefully get there one day. But again, thank you guys for watching. Thank you for your interest. So this video is just going to be about an idea I had for some in-cab storage. These trucks don't really have anywhere to store things, especially if you need to leave the truck for a while. I end up leaving most of my stuff on the floor, just in the front, which I don't really like. So I had this idea a while back, so let me show you what it is. So here I have the in-cab gas tank from the 69 F250 that I had picked up late last year. This is what's going to go in the truck. The one that's in there I just want to pull out, even though they're both the same. This one's the one I'm going to cut up. Hasn't had gas in it in years, so if you're cutting a gas tank, just make sure there's no gas and it's all cleaned out. I've already marked where I want to cut it on this bottom section. I'm cutting it right at the curve of the tank. That's right about where the seat, when you pull the seat back, it opens up and it meets the seat here. So that'll give it some space to retain stuff at the bottom and it won't fall out. At the top here, I marked it right as it starts to curve, but I think I'm going to go higher. I just want to cut this first and see what it's like. And then on the sides, I do want to keep a little bit of a pocket, and then I do want to weld this shut. I do want to maintain the filler neck on the outside of the cab, just so it looks stock, and then this will be some storage. So let's get cutting. So here's the tank with that section that I had marked off cut out. I really like how that bottom piece came out. Like I mentioned, the bench sheet comes up right to about here, so when you fold the seat down, it'll be level with the seat. I'm probably going to leave this in just so it gives some structure, it doesn't get too flimsy. I did, as I cut from this way, that way, kind of go up, and I think I am going to cut out more of this top section here, just so it opens it up and it's easier to slide things in versus having to kind of angle them and then stand them in. So I'll probably cut a little higher up here. I do like the pockets. It keeps it a little bit more sound. If I would have cut it all the way around, it probably would have gotten real flimsy. But really happy with how that turned out. I'll probably coat it with inside maybe some bed liner, just so it doesn't rust, and go from there. So here is the final product. I ended up cutting back a little bit more than I had originally thought, all the way up to this lip here, this mounting point where it secures to the back of the cab, but real happy with how it turned out. Creates a lot more space and easier access for whatever I keep back here. Just need to paint it and put it in the truck. Alrighty guys, so I got the in-cab gas tank all cleaned up. I just went over it with some simple green, scrubbed the inside, got all that powdery residue from the gas that was in there cleaned up. I also used some sandpaper, scuffed up the whole tank a little bit. Something that I had learned with these tanks is in the model years 67 through 69, the in-cab tanks were painted the color of the truck. Again, this one came out of a 69 F250, which was this orange color. The one right here in the background is the one that came out of my 70. Now this leads me to believe that someone replaced that tank at some point, of course, since it's not black. But I'm going to end up painting these both black, that way if I ever decide to put that standard tank back in, it'll look original. Looking at the back half of the tank here, again I took some sandpaper to it, scuffed it down. This little piece right here, probably from when it was painted at the factory, they let it drip, but of course it being the back side and when it's in the cab you can't notice it or you won't see it. But cleaning up all the dirt and grime off this bottom lip, I had this little portion here that rusted through. But I'm just going to coat certain areas of the tank with some rust reformer, and then we'll shoot it with primer, so I'm not too worried about little pinholes like that. Taking a quick little break from the gas tank, I actually got a package from FedEx today, so let's pop this open so you guys can take a look at what I ordered. See what's coming up in future videos. Quite a bit of packaging just to make sure nothing gets damaged in transportation, but one of the things I did order is the circuit for the gauge cluster. The one on my truck was pretty messed up. Of course it was original, so it was almost 50 years old, but it wasn't making a good connection. A lot of the times the light would turn on at night and then they would sometimes not turn on. Plus, it'll be good so I can see how much gas is in the truck once I get this fixed and the sending unit wired up. And here we got some screws, and then the voltage stabilizer for the instrument cluster, so I needed that as well. And the last thing I ordered was the molding for the wheel arches. Now, I ordered the mounting screws, and if I saw correctly, they actually come with the mounting screws. So, if you're looking to order these for your truck, just order the moldings. Don't order any extra screws, because now I have some extras. Alrighty guys, so I got the tank all set up for paint. I just got it hung from the ceiling in the garage, a little temporary paint booth, but of course got the final stage of primer on it, then just did some wet sanding. It feels really good to the touch, nice and smooth. So we're just going to spray it black and let's see how it turns out. Alrighty guys, so I got the tank installed. I ended up doing a few more coats of black on it, but it's all set now. Let it dry for a few days. So let's show you what it looks like in the truck. I'm really happy with how it turned out. And here it is. Some in-cab storage using a spare tank, spare standard tank that I had. So it's still secured up there with the filler neck. I left the inside just bare metal. And like I had mentioned, that bottom lip just comes up right there to the bottom of the seat, so nothing kind of falls out and goes underneath. But right now I just have a tire iron in there, my hitch, and some tie downs. I ordered these yellow ones off of Amazon. I didn't realize they were that heavy duty, but you never know. In that bag there I have my registration insurance, a few other things, owner's manual, but there it is guys. So if you need any ideas for in-cab storage, maybe this is something you can do. Kind of still keeps the stock appearance when you look at it from the side here, and that wraps this one up.